I'm Chef Jim White. We've been on a little bit of a roll here at Antelope Point lately, doing kind of some basics about butchering. This butchering saves you a lot of money. I'm not saying that you shouldn't support your local butcher. That'd be like me telling you not to support your local restaurateur. Duh. I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you that every time they touch your product, they charge you for it. Some of the things are worth it, you know, boning out whole roasts and that kind of stuff and tying them up, kind of a lot of work. This is one of my particular favorite cuts of meat. It's a pork tenderloin. Now, it's not the big loin. It's actually the equivalent of filet mignon, but in pork. And you say, why is it this size? I tell you, look at the difference between the size of a cow and a pig, okay? It's smaller. It's a tenderloin. We're just going to pop this open, and a lot of times people, when they do this, they freak out and they say, oh my God, Chef, that smelled so bad. And I tell them, if they stuck you in a plastic bag for 3 weeks, you'd stink too, okay? Give it some time to breathe. You just got to let it get a little bit of air. Now, you'll know within 30 minutes or so, if it still smells funny, then that goes back to the store where you bought it. But in general, that smell goes away really fast. You can rinse these off. And the reason I like doing these so much is because they're so simple. Watch this. All we're going to do is remove this silver skin, is what it's called, because this will never cook tender. It's always going to be like shoe leather. So we take this off, go straight down. See the silvery skin I'm taking off there? That would never get tender no matter what. You have to remove that. And that comes all the way up here to the top of the tender, or the head of the tenderloin. You'll see it all pop right off. Here comes some more. And some of this fat, if you left it on there, it would probably burn off, but I like my meat super lean. So basically, you're going to try to remove anything that's not pink you want to come off of there. So we've done that pretty much. Get the rest of that off. Now's the neat part. You can put this on a smoker or barbecue it just the way it is. Just roll it around, and you can serve it just like that, which would be considered like a whole tenderloin. And see, now I have a little bit of string on the bottom. I want that off. You can save this pork right here. This pork that comes off of here is called the side chain. It makes great ground pork, but not for what we're doing here. We want this to be super clean. Because, you know, when you have people come over and they want a gourmet dinner, the last thing you want to see is a guy across from you at the table reach in his mouth and pull something out. You made a boo-boo. You did something wrong. So there's the whole tenderloin. We could season it just like that, or we could take our butcher's knife, and let's show you how to make these gorgeous little medallions. At a little bit of an angle, you're going to cut that and lay them off. And look, they just fall off. They're so beautiful. Season those. Pop them on the grill or throw them in the oven, or you can pound them paper thin if you want. This is one of the most tender pieces of meat that there is. Delicious, low in fat. It's great meat. And I'm Chef Jim White with today's Antelope Point Kitchen Minute.